Happy Monday, class. It is time for phonics and language. I miss you all so much. I wish we could all just be sitting in our classroom on the carpet in a big circle where we always do our phonics and language. But for now, we're going to have to make do with this video. So let's go ahead and get started. You should be on page number 181 in your wait a minute, you don't have your phonics and language book. In your packet, you should be on page 181, the phonics and language page. So today we're going to be learning about commas. And a comma looks almost like an apostrophe. And you know how an apostrophe is up at the top of a word? Well, a comma is just like that, except a comma is not at the top of a word. A comma is down on the bottom of the word. So I'm going to show you an example in just a moment of how to make a comma, where it should go, and what it should look like. But first things first, everyone say, Miss Brown, what are commas for? No, really, say it. Okay, so I'm so glad you asked me that question. Let me go ahead and tell you right now what commas are and what they are for. Mere words. I can use a comma to separate three or more items in a sentence. Very well done, boys and girls, very well done. So let me show you an example of that. I have a sentence right here behind me, and it says, I'd like to, oh, you probably should be able to see it, right? I'd like to have donuts, cupcakes, and cookies. Anytime you have a list of three or more things, we're going to put a comma in between each of the items in the list to separate them. I'd like to have donuts. Donuts is the first word in the list of items. So let's put a comma after the word donuts. My comma is not going to go up at the top of the word, not floating around the middle. It's going to go right on the line at the bottom of the word. So it's just a little circle with a little tail. I'd like to have donuts, cupcakes. I need to put my comma after the word cupcakes, a little circle with a little tail right down on the line. It's not up high, commas are down low. And cookies. Now, I don't need to put a comma after cookies because I'm at the end of the sentence. So what am I going to put instead? Tell me, Trinity, what goes at the end of the sentence? Did you say a period? Because if you did, you were correct. So a period goes here. So if I have a list of three things, I'll need only two commas. A comma after the first item in the list and a comma after the second item in the list. So now what I want you to do, you're gonna go straight to the dictation. We'll do the dictation together, and then after you watch this part of the video, go back and do numbers 1, 2, and 3 on your own. Okay, for the dictation, I'm gonna say the directions two times and 2 times only. But you get a little extra break here because in case you didn't catch it the first 2 times, you can just pause the video and rewind, right? Here are your directions. I'm going to say a sentence and you're going to write the sentence I say. I'll say that one more time. I'm going to say a sentence. You are going to write the sentence that I say. Here it is. Ben's dog rested on a rug. Press pause and write the sentence. Okay, here is your second sentence. The children sang. I'll say that again. The children sang. Press pause, write your sentence, and when you come back, we'll go over those together. All right, so for the first sentence, you should have written Ben's dog rested on a rug. I'm gonna put it right down here at the bottom of the screen for you to see. That's Ben's with a capital B and apostrophe S in the word Ben's because this is a possessive noun. It's showing ownership, and possessive nouns have apostrophe S. Ben's dog rested on a rug. Period after rug. This is a declarative sentence. It's just telling something. The second sentence should say, the children sang. All right, boys and girls, that does it for Monday's phonics and language work. Like I said, go back and do numbers 1, 2, and 3 on your own, and then come back to the same video tomorrow, and I will put it in the description box of the video of exactly what time you can fast forward to so that you don't watch Monday's video on Tuesday. All right, guys, see you back tomorrow. All right, boys and girls, welcome to Phonics and Language today. Happy Tuesday. We are going to be learning about verbs today. So you should be on page 183 in your packet. Phonics and Language, page 183 today. So let's talk about what a verb is. Mirror words. A verb is a word that shows action. A verb is a word that shows action. Last time, a verb is a word that shows action. Okay, so any word that shows an action, any word that shows something that a person or a thing or an animal can do is a verb. If you look at the top of page 183, you will see 3 words in red under the top that are verbs. Read the first word. Yes, jump. The next one is swim. And the last one is, yes, sing. So those 3 words are verbs because they all are words that show something that you actually can do. I have some cards in my hand, and if I hold up a card that is a verb, I want you to say and do this. Verb. You're going to put up a V and say the word verb if it is a verb. If it's not a word that's a verb, it does not show action, I want you to do this. Okay, you're just going to shake your head no and cross your hands over like this. Read the first word and show me. Yes, dance is a verb. It's something you can do. Read the next one. Window is not a verb. You cannot window. That's not something you can do. Read the next one. Yes, stir is a verb. I hope you have your V up. Stir is something you do. If you've been helping out in the kitchen, maybe you're stirring up some blueberry muffin mix or stirring up some cookie dough. Stir is a verb. You can do that. The next word is fingernail. I hope you're doing this because you cannot fingernail. That would be impossible. This is not a verb. Fingernail is a thing. That's a noun. Read the next one. Yes, taunt is a verb. Pat yourself on the back if you got that correct. Good for you. And the last word is whisper. Yes, whisper is a verb. I know you have your V up because that is a verb. Okay, so same as yesterday, we are just going to head straight down to the bottom of the page. We'll do the dictation together, and after dictation, you'll do numbers 1 and 2 on your own. For the dictation today, your first set of directions is this. I am going to say a clue word, and you are going to write the special sound in the word. I'll say that again. I'm going to say, and this is for the first 2 of dictation. So on the top part, you have 3 things that you're going to write, and then on the bottom, you're just going to write a sentence. So for the very top part, the first 2 on the top, only write the special sound. I'll say that again. For the first 2 on the top, only write the special sound. Here's the word. The word is stars. Write the special sound in the middle of the word stars. For the second word, it is little. Write the special sound at the end of little. Okay? Now that you've done that, you're going to write a word that uses both of those special sounds. I want you to write the word sparkle. I'll say it again for the last one on the top. Write the word sparkle. For the first special sound in stars, you should have written AR. Thumbs up if you did. AR is the special sound in the middle of stars. And then for little, O-L-E should be the special sound that you wrote. O is the special sound at the end of little. For the word that uses both of those special sounds, sparkle, you should have written S-P-A-R-K-L-E. Very well done. Put a check under your chin and give a great big grin if you got that correct. Now, let's write a sentence on the bottom line. I'm going to say the sentence and you're going to write it. Here's your sentence. We named our fish Sparkle. I'll say that one more time. We named our fish Sparkle. You should have written we with a capital W, named with ED at the end of the word, N-A-M-E-D, our fish Sparkle. Okay, so that is going to be it for today. Thank you for doing phonics and language with me, and I'll see you back tomorrow so that we can continue in the same video for the rest of our phonics and language. All right, boys and girls, happy Wednesday. Welcome to another day of phonics and language. You should be in your packet on phonics and language page 185. Today, you are going to be doing 185 and 186 on your own. But first, we're going to do a little bit together. So what we're talking about today is verbs once again. Who remembers what a verb is? Okay, I hope that you said that a verb is an action word. A verb, any word that tells something you can do is a verb. For example, grow or talk or play. Those are all things you can do, and those are all verbs. So today, I want you to put your finger on the green paw at the top of page 185, and let's read that together, okay? A verb is a word that shows action. It is found in the predicate part of the sentence. Here's the example in red. Saltwater crocodiles grow up to 9 feet long. So we talked about subjects and predicates quite a while ago, but I hope you haven't forgotten, because everything that we learn, we just keep building and building, and we always are going to come back to it. So the subject of the sentence is saltwater crocodiles. That's why they put a black vertical bar going up and down to break apart the subject and the predicate. So who is the sentence about? It's about saltwater crocodiles. And what do they do? That's the part that's the predicate. So grow up to 9 feet long is the predicate. And you'll notice that the verb, which is the word grow, is in the predicate. Okay, so you're going to always find the verb in the predicate of the sentence. You're going to find the verb in the part of the sentence that tells what is happening. So just a quick review, we know that the subject is who or what the sentence is about, and the predicate is what the subject does. Okay, so now we're just going to skip right on down to the dictation at the bottom of page 185. And I'm going to give you directions. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to write 4 different words on the top part of the dictation today. I'm going to say a word and you are going to write the word that I say. But before we do that, what special sound do you hear at the end of slowly? Yeah, you hear Lee at the end of slowly, and it's spelled with L-Y. That's right. So one more. What special sound do you hear in the word bird? Yeah, you hear spelled with I-R. So we're going to use both of those special sounds in some of the words that we get ready to write. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Write the word kindly. She kindly offered me some of her snack. Kindly. The next word is softly. Softly. The next word is costly. Costly is the third word. If something is costly, it's pretty expensive. Costs a lot of money. That third word is costly. And the last word is firmly. Firmly. Okay? So I'll put it down at the bottom of the screen so you can see how to spell each word and correct your work in case you made an error. We know error is a mistake, right? Okay, so now let's do the sentence for our dictation. I read a chapter in the book. I'll say that again. I read a chapter in the book. Hit pause, write your sentence down, and then unpause when you're finished. So for the sentence, you should have written, I read a chapter book. We always spell I with a capital letter, don't we? Yes, we do. So capital I, read a chapter in the book. You can see right here what that sentence should look like. And it's declarative, it is simply telling something, so we put a period at the end. And now it is time for you to work on your own, boys and girls. I really wish we were working on this together in our classroom, but the video is going to do for now. So go ahead and do numbers 1 and 2 on page 185, and then do page 186, all of that on your own. I will see you guys back, not tomorrow, because tomorrow is just going to be review work. So I'm not going to have a video component for tomorrow, but for Friday, come back to this same video and we'll pick back up. All right, boys and girls, happy Friday. It is so good to see you. Again, I really wish that we could be together. I miss you guys so much. Let's go ahead and dive into our phonics and language lesson. You should be on pages 189, and then you're going to do page 190 after the video. But those are the pages for Friday, and today we're talking about verbs again. Who remembers what a verb is? A verb is an action word. Okay, so put your finger on the green paw at the top of the page and let's read it together. A verb is a word that shows action. It is found in the predicate part of the sentence. Some verbs are actions that we can see. Some verbs are actions that we do not see. So let's talk about that a little bit more. Mirror words. Some verbs we can see. Some verbs we cannot see. Let's do that again. Some verbs we can see. Some verbs we cannot see. Okay, so for example, there are certain verbs that you can very easily see, like play, talk, jump. If somebody does any of those actions, you can easily see them doing it. But there's some verbs that you can't really quite see. For example, the verb dream. Is it something you can do? Yes, absolutely. Is it something that you can see somebody doing? No, you can see somebody sleeping, but you can't really see them dreaming. Another one would be the verb wish. Like, I wish for a nice cold cone of lemon sorbet. Sorbet is kind of like ice cream, in case you didn't know. Wish. It's something that I can do, but you can't necessarily see me doing it. So like we said, there are some verbs you can see and some verbs you cannot see. So I am going to put my sticky notes either on the side that says verbs we can see or verbs we can't see. Okay, so I'll read the word and you point to the side that you think it goes on. The first word is fall. I hope you're pointing over here, because if somebody falls, you definitely are going to see that. And because we're super duper kind in our class, we're going to say, are you okay? All right, here's the next verb. It is the word here. I have it right in the middle. I hope these words are not backwards for you. The word here is definitely something you can do, but you can't see when somebody hears. So we're gonna put it on the side that says verbs we can't see. What about the verb sweep? If somebody is sweeping, that is something, that is an action you definitely are going to be able to see. So I'll put it on the side for verbs we can see. And this one says listen. So listen is something you can do. It's definitely an action, but you can't see it. So listen is a verb that you cannot see. You're gonna do a little bit more work with that on page 189, but first go down to the bottom of the page and let's do some dictation. Okay, so for dictation today, let's go over a couple special sounds. The special sound in the word out is ow. And how do you spell that? Did you say OU? Because if you did, you are correct. And then the next one is the special sound in ear, spelled EAR. Okay, so you'll use some of those special sounds in these sentences that you're getting ready to write. The first sentence is, Max is the tallest boy in our class. I'll say that again. And when I finish speaking, just hit pause so you can write your sentence. Max is the tallest boy in our class. Okay, here's your second sentence. Did he hear the bell ring? Say that again. Did he hear the bell ring? Okay, let's go over your dictation for today. I have it right down here at the bottom of the screen, exactly how it should look. For the first one, Max is the tallest boy in our class. Max should have a capital M because Max is a proper noun. It's his name, and it's at the beginning of the sentence. And you should have a period at the end of the sentence, right after the word class. Give a thumbs up if you got that right. And the second sentence, did he hear the bell ring? That should have a capital D at the beginning. And because this is an interrogative sentence, meaning it's asking a question, I sure hope you put a question mark at the end of it. Did you? Put a check under your chin and give a great big grin if you got it right. Again, it's right down here at the bottom of the screen. So that's it for today, boys and girls. That's it for this week for our phonics and language, because today is Friday. So go ahead, finish the rest of page 189 on your own and 190. And I'll see you back next week for more phonics and language.